Welcome, welcome, welcome to another Survivor Debrief exit interview. And today we have someone that blew me away this season. There were a lot of unknown world competitors coming into this, and everyone quickly started looking through, like, who are these people? What have they done before? Rah, rah, rah. And she was, without a doubt, the biggest surprise package of this season. Australia fell in love with her. Yes, we are speaking today with Kass. How are you going, Kass?
Hi, I'm going really well. I'm glad
It
to be
is so
here.
good to see. It's so good to see you, my friend. Thank you. I know you're super busy and you've got a lot on, but really appreciate this opportunity to have a bit of a chat with you today.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm glad to.
yeah, great. First of all, it's a shorter season. Like, you've obviously
Yeah.
played a longer format Survivor. What did you have to do differently, strategic wise, for a shorter season?
Oh my God, that's really two different games. I mean, when you play a traditional season of Survivor, you have time to build alliance, to get to know people, to really like strategize. But this time, since it's so short, you have to trust your guts more than ever. And I mean, since I come from a smaller edition of Survivor, just as Lisa, Tommy, and maybe Rob, we didn't know anybody else on this island. We didn't have the privilege of having like a natural ally, just as Parvati and Siri did, or the Aussie. They already knew each other, so they knew with which one they could play or not play. And we didn't have that privilege, so it was really hard. I think for me it was really hard. So more than ever, more than in my own season, I had to trust my guts and just go for it.
Love it. Love it. Had you actually seen much Australian Survivor before? Had you seen any?
I had to. I mean, I knew I had to. I knew Survivor, Australian Survivor from name. Um, some super fan were talking about your season on my own season because it's such a great edition. So I knew the name Australian Survivor, but when I got a call to play in it, I was like, oh, okay, I have some homeworks to do. So I watched some season of that, and I fell in love with your edition. Like, people are fierce, the contestant, the characters are. I love so many people from Australian Survivor. It's just good. It's like everybody's always giving their 100%. So I was really excited to come play in this season. I think I watched like five, six, or seven season before that. So I almost knew all the people I was playing against, except Sarah. But yeah, really good edition.
So does that scene, do you watch Titan versus Rebels?
Yes, I
Oh,
did.
mate, that's
I
great.
know you are.
Love
And
it.
you're gonna ask me a question about a movie, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I love it, Cats. I love it. Anyone that you wanted to see? Like, you watched a few of the seasons and stuff, and you know the American players. Was there anyone you wanted to see out there that wasn't?
Actually, it was on the Aussie side. I
Yeah.
would have liked to compete against Ailey because Ailey
Oh,
is
yes.
an
Oh, I
endurance
see.
queen.
Yes.
And like, it would have been my dream to compete against Parvati and Ailey in an endurance challenge. Like, maybe the last one, that would have been like my dream, I think.
I can see when now you say that, I can really see you and
Yes.
Haley that sort of getting along, and yeah, that vibe. Oh, that would have been good. Next time, next time, next time. Um, Now getting a bit more into this season, you did a lot of moves out there. You were in control for a lot of the season, which was fantastic. What was the move that you were most proud of out there?
Actually, I was proud of the alliances that I built, I
Yes.
think. I knew coming into that season that it was going to be hard because of the English part
Yeah.
and the fact that I didn't have any pre-existing relationship on the island. So I knew that the social part would be kind of hard, but I think I did good. I really worked the two alliances that I had. So the girl alliance that we had from the beginning, and also the international alliance that I had also from the beginning. So I really worked that two alliance well until shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
And then both of those alliance crumble. But I think that this social part of the game that I was afraid of not mastering, I didn't master it. So I'm really proud of the alliances that I built. I'm proud. Sorry, the
No,
English is pretty rusty.
no, it's
I'm
so
proud
good.
also of the part that I played in the Tony vote, the Kirby vote. Also, I really worked a lot to rely the World Tribe on that vote. And also the fact that I really can convince Parvati to trust me during this whole season. That was hard because she's really suspicious. She's a good player. She saw it all. So yeah, I was proud to like succeed in creating that relationship with her.
Yeah, I just speaking of Path, because you guys had such an interesting relationship out there.
Yeah.
You were both these amazingly competitive, strong, strategic women out there. You sort of had this dance the whole season of
Yeah.
you knew that at some point you were going to have to take each other out and you were
Yes.
wary, but there was that trust there and that connection there. And you always were at the end in the endurance challenges and everything like that. It was just such a fascinating relationship to see on screen.
Yeah, it was the perfect frenemy relationship.
Yeah, frenemy.
And
Yeah.
I loved like competing against her. She was my biggest threat in this game, but at the same time, she was like the one of the player I felt the closest to. And yes, of course, we knew that we would have to take the other one down at some point. I thought that I wouldn't came out as much as a threat for her, maybe. But I did, unfortunately. But yes, of course, I was really trying to work for her exit, but it was really hard because I knew that she had that immunity, hidden immunity. So it was really hard. So my plan with Parvati was really to stick with her, to stay as close as possible as I can. For example, when she found the key, I was just sticking with her. I was sticking with her and I was like,
Yes.
okay, I don't lose her from sight. If she finds something, I'm gonna know. So I was sticking really close with Parvati to know when the time would be right to strike. And it didn't came early enough.
Yeah. But you were a challenge beast out there. A lot of the discourse about you and some of those endurance challenges was you looked so calm. You were just in the zone.
Yeah.
Tommy's next to you sweating up a storm, like losing it. And you were
And
like on one
and
foot,
Luke
just
is
standing there.
like,
Yeah, yeah, Luke's like going, Luke's in labor. Yeah. Um, how do you go about training for that? How are you so good at these individual challenges, these like endurance ones?
I don't have any answer to that because I don't do a particular training or something. I think I'm just the most stubborn person on the planet. I am so competitive. And when I compete against people, like, no way for me that I drop first, like,
Yeah.
impossible. So I just told myself, okay, so you have to stay longer than this person. And when this person drops, I'm just like, okay, you have to stay longer than this person. And when this person drops, and so on. So yeah,
I
yeah,
did. I did. No, honestly, I did exactly that in my challenges.
yeah,
Like we're holding the weight, and I'm there going
yeah,
like, okay, I can't be the first person to give up my weight, and so you get that,
yeah,
and then you're like, okay, I can't be the first person to drop out of the other tribe. I can't be that, and you just make these little checkpoints, and I did
yes,
exactly that as well. That's
yes,
so
baby
funny.
step, baby steps.
Yes.
Like, I think that if I would compete like just against myself, I would last like 5 minutes. Like, no
Yeah.
point in doing that. But because there are other people beside me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna win this.
Yeah.
Just a stubborn man.
Love it. Love it. Now episode 7, as you so eloquently put it, where the shit hit the fan. The the implosion of the Pinky Alliance. What actually happened with that? Was it Lisa's job to go talk to Shawnee and Luke, or were you ever on board with Tommy's plan, or did you talk him down during that? Just yeah, talk us through that a little bit.
Okay, so actually, at first, I was on board with
Yep.
Tom's plan because I thought that we had a number. I
Yep.
thought that we had Luke and Shani. I knew that we didn't have Janine because Janine was already openly working with Parvati and
Yes.
Suri.
Yep.
So Shani, Luke, and Lisa. But Lisa quickly dropped the plan. She said she was out of it. She didn't want to take part in Parvati's elimination. And I was like, oh my God, but we don't have the number now. So arriving at this tribal council, I was solid with the World Tribe, voting for Shani. So arriving at this tribal, I was voting for Shani, and it made sense for me because I knew that Parvati had an idol, which Tommy didn't. So I knew that she could play it.
Yes.
I feel like now was not the good time to do it. And the only thing that I didn't like with that plan, it was Tommy's plan. And I
Yes.
always
Yes.
wanted Parvati to be my plan.
Yes.
So yes. And yeah, so I was voting for Shani, and it made sense for me because just take out one more Aussie and it would have been like Luke and Janine left, Parvati and Siri on one side. We would have been three
Yeah.
international Pinky Alliance strong.
Yeah.
My utopian world, that would have worked.
So good. Yeah. And what were you thinking when Parv got out her parchment and started reading that? Like, was that just like, oh my God, like, did you know about the knowledge is power? I'm not sure whether that's in Quebec.
That.
Yeah.
I knew about knowledge is power, but that was not knowledge is power the way she was reading it. It was a good bluff, by the way. But when she started reading that, I was like, oh my God, that's too powerful for a 16-day game. What is that?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, what do you want me to do? Like, I just like, okay, that's it. I guess that's a freaking powerful advantage. So yeah, that was really confusing. Everything about that advantage at that time was confusing, and everything was already chaotic about that tribal. So it just created more chaos at the moment.
Yeah. And then Lisa, and then you ultimately just thinking, okay, Lisa's getting some votes. I'm going to try and save her now and get through this next round. And then you played your idol. There's not a lot of people out there that have the confidence to play their idol for someone else in a moment like that. So huge move.
Actually, it was less about saving Lisa. It had a double purpose. It was about saving an ally that could help me to get further in the game after that, because I really thought that Lisa and I were solid at that time. And it was also to make a big move. Like when I came to Australian Survivor, I promised myself to play a bold, risky game, to gamble when time needed. In my own season of Survivor Quebec, I had an idol, and I played it to secure myself in the top 4, but like it wasn't enough to win it's a too secure move. Like it's playing too safe. So when I came in Australian Survivor, I told myself, okay, I'm not gonna do that. I thought about it during the game. Like I had an idol, I was getting further in the game. Why not keeping it for myself? But at that tribal, when everything went crazy, I told myself, okay, I can do something with that. I have to try something. I knew that Parvati wasn't trusting Lisa, and it was like that since many days. And I knew that Luke wasn't getting along with Lisa at all. So I knew that the Aussie would pitch Lisa's name. That's what they did, actually. And Parvati switched the vote. But Parvati didn't trust Lisa. So I think it was maybe like safe for her to get Lisa out. And when she took out that parchment and she started reading it, and I told her, like, I'm going to play it for Lisa, I also told her it's going to be Luke. So when I told her that and she retracted herself, I told myself, okay, it's good for her game because the idol will be flushed, and there's going to be one Aussie threat, Luke, less in the game. So I really thought that it would make sense for her to let me do this. But yeah, the votes were on me.
Yes, I know, damn it. Now, I can I just say, I absolutely loved your final jury question. That is my new favorite jury question. I'm going to steal it. If I'm ever on a jury again, I'm going, or for the first time, I'm going to steal it, because it was it shows such a great combination of social awareness, understanding of your own game. Was that something that you just came up with? Was that in your back pocket, or it was just such a good question?
In my back pocket. Like we played that Survivor game with my season in the season 1 of Survivor Quebec. It was like a Survivor chalet, and there was like some kind of question that looked like that. I took it and modified it a bit. And yes, I arrived with this question because I really want to put like people beside the wall and like just tell me what you really think. I remember that we only see like one answer for each juror, but Janine, I remember that she answered so vaguely, politically to my question, and I was like, "No, Janine, I want 4 names, and I want people to commit." And probably that's what she did. She did it good. Like she answered all the question really good. But like I really love this question because people have to commit.
They have to. I just think it's brilliant. And it was just really good. There's been different versions of it, but I think the way that you articulated it was really good. I loved it. So just 2 more questions now as we get to the end. One is, if they did this again, who would you like to see representing Quebec Survivor?
Quebec Survivor, there's of course my ride or die, Ghislain. In my own season, he was a really great player. But there's also like many other great players in Survivor Quebec that maybe we didn't see much on TV, but knowing them personally, I know that they would be like really great strategic player. Some of my closest allies in my own season, like Jean-Michel or Nabil, Jean-Michel was eliminated just after the merge, and Nabil almost get to the final. I know them both really good, really great, and I know they would be great strategic player in a game like Australian Survivor.
Love it. Love it. We'll have to look them up. And finally, I'm a big movie fan. I love my movies. What is your favorite film, Kass?
I have 2 that I cannot decide between 2.
Yeah.
I'm that generation from Harry Potter.
Yes.
I have to say Harry Potter, and my house is Gryffindor, by the way.
I'm a Ravenclaw. I'm a Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw. I knew that. We were laughing about it on the island because Tommy is Hufflepuff, and you always you always like laugh about people.
Tommy is definitely Hufflepuff. Yeah.
And I'm glad to repeat it here. So Harry Potter, of course, and Lord of the Ring. Like I absolutely love the 3 movies of Lord of the Ring. And yes, so those 2 movies I cannot like. They are equal.
Absolutely love it. Well, Kass, I'm so glad we got to lock in some time to chat with you, my friend. You honestly, you have so many fans in Australia now. Everyone was talking about you over here. They loved you. They wanted to see you versus Pav in the final. But we're great to have the door open to another fantastic Survivor franchise, and hopefully we'll chat again and see you again soon. Thank you so much, Kass.
Thank you, Eden.
Bye.